You've been chasing the wrong stuff. You've been chasing this money stuff when really it's just an illusion, y'all. It's an illusion saying that money is the end all be all, that you need to have this certain amount of money to be successful, this certain amount of money to be wealthy. No, you do not. That is just an illusion. Okay, to keep you chasing and chasing and chasing on this hamster wheel. Have you been feeling like that anyway? Like you've been working on your business and everything, but it seems like nothing is moving. That's because your intent is constantly on money, but you have this resistance around money. Let me know in the comments below. Have you been feeling this way? Now, I'm reading this book, The Wealth Money Can't Buy. And it's like opened up my eyes even more. Right? Because I was already on a roll with all these inspired actions I've been taking, because I had the inspired action to get this book, The Illusion of Money, right? Because this money stuff, it's interesting because, growing up and everything, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Your parents are like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then I know for me, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then I would just say a doctor, because that's what they wanted. Because a doctor pays a lot of money. I remember I said something different one time. And then my granddad, he was like, that doesn't make any money. So it's like you're conditioned to chase this money from a young age. Have you been feeling like that? Because you're like, yeah, okay, now it's clicking why, you keep chasing this green stuff. And the more that you chase it, the more you resist it too. Because you have that energy of desperation. You're making it the end all be all. And in this book, he was talking about how he works with millionaires and billionaires. And he was saying that a majority of them are not wealthy. And he was also saying a phrase where there are a lot of poor people with money. Right? Because wealth is not just money. Wealth is, and in that book he was talking about, wealth is its growth. So that self-development that you're doing every day. And then it is wellness. It is family. It's community. It's your craft. It's your service. Like all these things are forms of wealth. But when you keep putting it in that one pocket of money, well, guess what? You lose sight of how wealthy you actually are. Do you have time with your family? Right? Do you have that time with your family? Are you spending time with your family? Do you have something you're passionate about? Like, are you doing your business or whatever the case is, and you're passionate about it? It lights you up. Do you have services that you offer to help the world? And I feel like the craft and the service go hand in hand, really. Like for me, I'm a manifestation / mindset coach. And my service is where I coach you on these things to manifest your goals and your dreams. And I have a workbook out too. So that all goes into the service category, right? Service and craft. So take a look at your life right now. Are you doing self-development? Because I know for myself, like, I was talking to my sister today and I was telling her about all this stuff that just like all these epiphanies that I've been having with these books that I've been reading, because that's not the only book. I have like 5 different books that I'm reading right now. But she's like, you think more than anybody that I know. I'm like, well, I love this self-development stuff. Like, this is my thing. Okay. Manifestation and all of that together is my thing. But it's fun to me. But that right there, and it made me realize in this book, it's like, okay, I wasn't really up until this point, I wasn't valuing the self-development that I was doing. I wasn't considering that wealth. But now that I read this book, I'm like, or reading this book, that like I am very, very wealthy. Like I have a lot of that stuff. I'm very wealthy. Like, so it gave me that realization. So how wealthy are you? According to those things that I was just saying, with growth, that self-development every day, the wellness, the community, the craft, the service, like what are you? And I would even go as far, because I know he put money in that wheelhouse as a form of wealth. But really, the way that I see this is money is a byproduct, right? It's a byproduct of you doing what you're passionate about. It's a byproduct of you having a service in something that you're doing to help people. Money is a byproduct of you doing the self-development and all the inner development that goes into yourself. Money is a byproduct. Oh, and the other one was adventure. That was the last one I was blanking out on. And the adventure, though, is doing things that excite you. Okay? Going to somewhere new, eating somewhere new, like doing things that light you up, that are just fun. And so, but the thing with that, money is a byproduct of having that adventure, doing things that are exciting to you. Money is a byproduct of everything in that wheelhouse. And these things will pair up together. Like you can be very wealthy in adventure. And then you also, by doing that, you become really wealthy in family. And then a byproduct of that is money. That things can pair up like that because you are abundant. You have to remember that you are very, very abundant. You're always abundant at all times. There's not one time in your entire life where you're not abundant. Because I was like, today, I was like, oh my gosh, I had such a good day, y'all. Okay. So I was having a good time. Like I got my car repaired. You know, I told you all about that before and it worked out perfectly. And the car even got done at the time I said. I was like, it's going to be done at this time. And guess what it was? But then after that, I went to a new place that excited me. Okay. I went to a farmer's market. It excited me to do that. That's something new. It's something different. Right. And then from there, what I did was I relaxed and I was like, you know, what am I excited to do right now? What? And I was like, okay, get some food. Am I more excited to be in the restaurant and eat the food or go somewhere else and eat the food? And I was like, okay, I don't want to be cooped up in a restaurant. So it's more exciting for me to eat it at home. Right. But while I was waiting on my tacos, when I was there, I ordered the tacos. And while I was waiting on the tacos, I was like, I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to go sit down at the picnic tables and read my book. And I did that. And it was the book that I told y'all, The Wealth Money Can't Buy. I was reading that and I was like, oh my gosh, I was looking at the sky and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so abundant in freedom, like the freedom to sit here early in the day and read this book that I absolutely love. Have the time to read this book that I absolutely love with clear blue skies and sunlight shining on me, getting this vitamin D. Like that is absolute, but that is wealth, y'all. That is wealth. That is complete wealth. Okay. I'm doing my self-development right there. I'm doing something that excites me, that adventure. And I'm like in the wellness on top of that, like I'm getting the vitamin D. Like, are the gears turning for you? You are wealthy, okay? But the thing is, in society, they're telling you, or it seems like they're telling you that, oh, okay, you do self-development, so how does that, pay the bills? Like, right? Oh, you decided to have 4 kids, so how does that pay the bills? Like, just because you spend time with your kids and everything, or you're a stay-at-home mom, like, that's a form of wealth, okay? Right? All of that is wealth. Like, so don't be fooled by the facade, y'all, of the media and everything telling you that you're not wealthy, but you have to make a certain amount of money to be considered wealthy. That is a facade. That is an illusion. You are wealthy now because by believing you are wealthy now, you're in the vibrational frequency of money in abundance. And when you're in the vibrational frequency of money in abundance, you receive money, an abundance of money. It is a byproduct of feeling, wealthy. It's a byproduct. So Don't doubt anymore. Stop doubting whether like, oh, is the money going to show up? Stop it. Just stop. And something I said I was going to do, like with myself, with the new energy in my videos, it's like, because before it was like, okay, well, I was still thinking about money. Like, okay, so, have this amount of clients or have this amount of workbooks sold. And it was like coming from a more like, okay, I got to get this, like a chasing, like involving money. And now with the energy now, I'm like, okay, when I make my videos, when I do anything with my business, of course, obviously I'm going to put the prices, all and do all that stuff. That's going to be set in place, right? But beyond that, when I'm just making these videos, it is for the sake of making these videos. It's because I'm excited to make these videos and help you. That's it. That's it. Like I'm doing what I'm excited to do. And this gets to the right people who need to hear it, who need to hear this message. In helping the world by making these videos. So, and that's it. And so there's nothing to think about with money there. As long as I am in the vibrational frequency of this passion, having an abundance of passion, and abundance is a multiplier, y'all. Okay? If you have an abundance of passion, you're in the vibrational frequency of abundance because you have an abundance of that thing. A lot of that thing. Right? So I'm in I have an abundance of excitement right now. I have an abundance of ideas flowing through my mind right now. Being in the vibrational frequency of abundance. So stop being fooled by all this other stuff. Focus on your wealth that you already have, that you are abundant in. You are abundant in doing this self-development. You have an abundance of knowledge in that area. And I know a lot of you are like me, where you have been doing this self-development stuff and manifestation stuff for years. Okay. So since you've been doing it for years, you have an abundance of knowledge. Do you work out? Like, do you eat healthy? You have an abundance of health. You have an abundance of passion doing what you love to do, your craft, right? Your service that you offer, you have an abundance of help that you're giving others. You have an abundance of that. You're doing the good deeds, an abundance of that. Do you have a great friend group? You have an abundance of friends, great friends, right? Do you have a family that you talk to and you're close with? You have an abundance of family. Do you see how you're already abundant? You just weren't realizing and focusing on the abundance that you already have because you're thinking like, oh, I got to focus on money to attract money. No, you don't. You focus on the wealth that you have. When you focus on the wealth that you have, remember the abundance of wealth that you have, which is the multiplier. You're in the vibrational frequency of money, in the vibrational frequency of abundance. And being in the vibrational frequency of abundance and wealth, which is what that is, a byproduct is money. Yes, it is. And I know for the longest, y'all, I avoided that because I was like, well, how was I going to make me money? I have to focus on the money. My eyes got to be on the money. My mind's got to be on the money. My mouth's got to be talking about the money. Like, no, it doesn't. And this book has made me realize that. I had so many inspired ideas just pinging from this. And another thing, well, I saved the other part for another video, y'all, because it's really juicy. But just know that you needed to hear this message. It had to get to you at this moment. And I'm here for you. I'm Brand Victoria, your new manifestation / mindset coach. And I'm here to help you manifest your desires. Help you manifest the things that you decided to have. Not that you wish to have, but the things you decided to have, like the money you decided to have, the freedom you decided to have, the time and energy that you decided to have more of an abundance of. You get to have freedom. You get to have those days where you are just waiting for your tacos and sitting at the picnic table with the sunlight just shining on you, soaking up the vitamin D with the clear blue skies and just looking and seeing how abundant you really are while having an amazing book at the table. Do you want to feel that? It's time for you to feel that. You don't have to keep sitting around here like, oh, I wish I had more freedom. I wish I had more time. Listen, no, you get to have that. And I'm here to help you with that. That's why I have my resources right down in the description below. I have my CEO Manifestor Workbook Bundle. And that is the thing that will shift those limiting beliefs that you have, because I have the process to do that right there. Because that's the only thing that's really holding you back. And then I have my one-on-one coaching, where you get personalized coaching from me so that you can start experiencing these kinds of days too, because you deserve to. You get to. I appreciate you for subscribing right down at the bottom and pressing that bell icon so you can get the next video that comes out. I'm thinking more so Monday through Friday making these videos, but you know what? Things can change because I follow my intuition. So make sure you press the bell icon below so that you can get those updates, and I will see you in the next one.